Hi, my name's Steve Bardell. I'm the producer of the Heartland Racer. Boy, this 1995 season sure has been good for racing, good for a lot of new tracks opening up, a lot of things getting established. And the Heartland Racer has been at a lot of races this year. So we decided to put together our best package with a lot of the best exciting races we've seen. So just sit back and watch some of the best of the Heartland Racer.
Well, Teresa, that was a pretty good ride you just took. What happened out there?
Well, I thought the guy was going to flip up in the first turn, 3 and 4, and I tried to avoid him and I locked it up and it just went over.
I'll tell you what, that was a pretty good ride. We got some good pictures of it upside down, but I didn't get the whole thing. What does it feel like hanging there?
Well, I was scared to death because I heard the motor still going and I thought somebody was going to plow me. But I was in there hanging upside down.
Yeah, well, you're lucky because the rest of the cars dodged you as they went on around. But I'm sure glad to see you up and walking. How bad's car hurt?
Well, he said a few bangs and pulls out. We can get it going again, maybe.
Well, that sounds pretty neat. I'll tell you what, we'll look forward to seeing you back next week, right?
I hope so.
Well, Quentin, you've been out here a couple of weeks now. How you been running?
Well, we've had a few problems this week, last week, week before, but I think we got it all lined out finally, hopefully anyway.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys sure go get it anyway. I've never seen a crew that works so hard on a car. You guys work about 24 hours a day, don't you?
Well, it seems like it. I think we do, yeah.
How big a crew you got?
We got probably, I bet there's 4 or 5 of us.
I'll tell you what, you put in a lot of hours. Who's your major sponsor on this? I see this is a car sponsored better than any car out here.
Yeah, major sponsors Taylor Motors in Benton, Illinois, and QRL sponsors us, and WTAL sponsors us.
I'll tell you what, that sure is a lot of them. What kind of car is this, a Ford?
Yeah, it's a Ford, which is about one of the 2 out of 60 cars, so we got a little bit of a, mismatch, but we're going to get them, I think. It's an 80 Ford LTD.
Okay. And you're from out in Benton too, aren't you?
Benton.
Anybody wants to come out and see the car in the daytime, just come on out and look and help.
Okay.
Come and help you out with it, right?
All help we can get.
Okay. Well, Quentin, I sure appreciate it. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you.
Rod, how long you been racing?
I've been running about 3 years.
Now, how you doing out here at Mount Vernon?
Well, this year I'm doing a lot better than what I have in the past couple of years. I've won a feature once this year already and getting close to winning a heat race, but just can't never get it pulled out fast enough to get it.
What is it about bombers? How come there's more bombers than there is anything? I know a lot of it's got to be price, but there's got to be something there the guy wants to do that.
Well, I really don't know how to say that. It gives you the first-hand experience of starting all your racing and stuff. It just it's a little, like say, a little cheaper. Right now it's getting to the point that it's getting a little expensive, but cars are getting faster and everybody's starting to really get into the quick driving here, so it's getting quick.
A lot of competition, huh? Well, I'll tell you what, Rod, we sure appreciate it. Anything you want to tell the fans out here?
I'll come down to K&L Raceway and watch the bomber class. It's the #1 class out here. We got all these cars, all kinds of races.
Galloway comes out with the 12T car of Mike Tuttle up against the wall in turn number 4. The green flag flies, here we go! Rick Sadler in the R15 car, he's your leader. Mike Galloway runs second down, going second up to third. Rick Isaac fourth and Brad King fifth. Leader Rick Sadler and Mike Galloway better watch out because Jordan Beckett has that one car hooked up on the high side. Rick Isaac dives over the challenge for third, but can't hold him off. High side of the racetrack, much better green for torque. Your leader still Rick Sadler in the R15, Mike Galloway second, Manson third, and Isaac fourth. Galloway now moves up to try to challenge Sadler for the lead. Sadler, your leader, Galloway on the high side now to challenge. Nose to tail into 3 and 4 they go now. A race for the lead. Galloway on the high side now, side by side into turn 3 they go. Sadler on the inside, Galloway. Galloway with the advantage at the stripe. Field into lap traffic now. Rick Sadler gets into the 33 car of third Lancaster. Everybody's back up. Second now to George Matchett. Mike Galloway in the 35, he's your leader. The field now has 18 car of Jerry Moore left traffic to negotiate. White flag out, 1 left to go for Mike Galloway. Rick Sadler on the low side, bottomed up by Gary Moore in the 18 car. Loses third to Rick Isaac. Here's your winner, Mike Galloway. George Matchett across the line second, Rick Isaac third. Rick Sadler fourth. And Brad King fifth and John Terry sixth. Had some tough luck to start out last Saturday night, but it all comes together for this feature win for Mike Galloway.
And last week we finally had the rained out race, and tell us about it.
Yeah, the Celebrity Challenge race. It was their 4th annual race. And Steve Bardell, Steve Bardell came in second. He drove number 20 Geo Pizza Mini Sprint owned by James Bradley of Logan, Illinois.
That's right, and Pat Benton of Z100 radio station took first place. Third place went to Pete Rosenberry. He's the writer for the Southern Illinois. And WSIL's only Mark Moranic finished 4th place. 5th place went to Tom Nasty of the Southern Illinoisan, while Julie Ingram, the other half of the duo of Z100, finished 6th. And Sarah Welch of SIL TV wound up in 7th place.
Fantastic driving!
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. This is what racing's all about.
I tell you what, everybody said he's so smooth. Watch number 5, one of the smoothest drivers out there. I have to agree. You were smooth tonight.
It's all those years.
Oh, how old are you?
I'm not telling.
You must be about 30. But must be about 30 years old.
At least that.
All right. Congratulations. Woo!
Here we go. The green flag flies. Everybody gets out of 4 okay into the first turn. Charlie Smith breaks out with the early lead. At the end of 1, Charlie Smith in the 1V car. He's your leader. Rob Myers in the 11 runs second. Looks like trouble in Mike Tyler's 00. He pulls to the infield. Rob Timmons in the 5. Let's see. No. The 17B of Jim Bell runs third. Mark Johnson fourth. Mike Brumley fifth. Marion Blankenship sixth. Your leader right now, Charlie Smith in the 1V car. Smith throws that car into 1 and 2 now. Johnson on the inside now challenges for third. He's got it. Johnson in a 26 car moves to third. Drops Jim Bell back to fourth. Mike Brumley still fifth. We've got a spinner on the back straightaway. Yellow flag comes out for the 7 car of Scott Wall, looping it on the back straight. And the green flag flies. Here we go. John Diamond in a 21 picks up a couple on the spot. On the start, your leader still Charlie Smith. Mark Johnson now moves underneath the challenge for second spot. He's got it, drops Myers back to third. Mike Brumley in a 6B now moves up the challenge for fourth. Oh, cars get together up in turn number 2. Everybody's still moving. Randy Kadich and Doyle McMean get together. Everybody's still underway. Yellow flag comes out. We've got a couple of cars locked together up in turn number 4. Looks like Doyle McMean in the 20 car and Dale Moore in the 18. Lock bumpers up in turn number 4 brings out the yellow flag. Eyes. Randy down the end of the wall in turn 2 at the start, but he's okay. Your leader still Charlie Smith in the 1V car. Mark Johnson. There you go, Jerry. Still Charlie Smith in the 1V car, Mark Johnson second, Rob Myers third, and Mike Brumley fourth. Jim Bell in the 17B runs fifth, and Marion Blankenship sixth. Rob Myers and Mike Tyler get together. Myers into the grandstand wall, but he's okay. Everybody's still underway. Yellow flag comes out for Rob Myers in the 11X car, spun out up in turn number 2. Here we go, the green flag flies. And the yellow flag comes out again for the 00 of Mike Tyler out of power up in turn number 2. Looks like Rob Myers and Dale Moore got together coming out of 2. Still Charlie Smith in the 1B. Mark Johnson runs second. Look out in turn number 4. Greg Hensley and Jim Bell get together. Everybody's still underway. Johnson runs slick with Marion Blankenship third. John Dimel fourth, Greg Hensley fifth, Phil Sefton now up to sixth. Sefton in the 4S car had to come in through the consi. He started 16th on the field, up to 6th position right now. Trouble on Dimel's 21 car. He pulls to the high side of the racetrack. Flag out, 1 lap to go for Charlie Smith. Mark Johnson right on his back bumper. Can he hold him off? Johnson to the inside now to challenge for the lead. Side by side down the back stretch they go. Side by side as they come down for the checkered. Who's it going to be? It's Charlie Smith, your winner. Mark Johnson across second. Marion Blankenship third. Phil Sefton fourth. Randy Dowdy fifth and Greg Hensley sixth.
Position. Here comes your lead cars. Larry Hughes, Joe Cooksey, Steve Chrisman, John Sleet, now up to fifth, and challenging for fourth is Larry Heiser. Marty Heiser, Decatur, Illinois, is now up to fifth position. Marty Heiser in the number X car is now up to 5th spot. Marty Heiser on the move. Marty started in 16th position, is now racing in the 5th. White flag is out now, 1 lap remaining for Larry Hughes. A fantastic battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. John Sleets, Marty Heiser, and Tom Sleets. That battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Heiser trying to get to the inside. That battle's for the 4th spot. John Sleets on the high side, and he's, oh, they get together up in turn 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, there comes your winner, Larry Hughes. 2nd place goes to Joe Cooksey. 3rd place goes to Steve Chrisman.
I'm with Larry Hughes, just won the Springfield Mile. Larry, this makes it a double deal. You won DuQuoin and Springfield this year.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we won down at DuQuoin about, what was 2 weeks ago. And the car worked so good down there, we just left it in the trailer and took it out yesterday and changed oil on it, and it was ready for today.
Washed dust off and went back at it again, huh?
Yeah, that's right. We just cleaned it up, and it was ready to go. Changed the tires on it and went out there.
Do you see any difference between DuQuoin and Springfield on the mile?
Yeah, DuQuoin seems like it's more of a, it has separate corners. It's like 4 corners instead of like here it's 2 corners, you know, and they're rounded pretty much the same. But at DuQuoin, the corners straighten out right in the middle of it, and then you got to get the car turned again. So it's a little bit tougher to drive down at DuQuoin.
So it's almost like a little short shoot in between the turns at DuQuoin and a track here's oval then.
Right, DuQuoin seems like it's almost like a small Indy track, really, is what it looks like.
Well, that's pretty neat. What do you have to do? Any kind of special preparation? You run quite a bit on the short tracks to come to miles.
Yeah, right. We run on a weekly basis down in Godfrey, Illinois, and on Saturday nights down in Granite City, Illinois. And what we did this year is put a complete new body on the car because it was getting beat up from them short track races. But other than that, we just put a new body on it, new shocks on it, and change the tires.
I'll tell you what, them short tracks will do that. Anything you want to tell your fans out here?
I don't know. I would say I'm pretty excited about winning here in my hometown today. I just, thank everybody for coming out and supporting racing.
Okay, sure appreciate it. Thanks a bunch, Barry.
Okay, thank you.
We got the 14-time King of the World of Outlaws, Steve Kinzer out of Bloomington, Indiana. Steve, it's good to have you back on the World of Outlaws circuit.
It's good to be running again, so let's hope everything goes good tonight.
Brand new car, first time out Friday night. Of course, you're going to have your new car blues. You made your debut at Terre Haute. How'd things go during that race?
Well, actually, we ran pretty good. We've had a steering out of the thing, so we've been fighting that thing, and I think we got it straightened out tonight. Let's hope we run good tonight.
Steve, you're several thousand points behind now in the World of Outlaw. Are you going for the title this 1995 season, or are you just going to ride it out and do the best you can do?
Well, there's no way you can win with the point structure. You can't miss 10, 12 races, so there's no chance of that. That's all gone. We're just going to go out and try to run as good as we can this year.
We had reports that you might be running a Silver Crown dirt car. Is that just rumor, or is there anything to that? Galen Fox told us you might be driving the Fisco car.
No, not now. We've got everything, all of our sponsors worked out with Quaker State and stuff, so we're just going to concentrate on the sprint car and just run it the rest of the year.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that sponsorship. For several years, you had Valvoline sponsorship. This time, you're coming back with the green and gold Quaker State colors.
Yeah, you know, when I decided we wasn't going to run the stock car no more, they sort of wanted to know what I was going to do, and I told them I was going to put a sprint car team together, and they've been looking to get into the sport anyway, so we put it all together pretty fast, and I'm glad to have them aboard along with Mac Tools. I think we got us a pretty good race team here.
Steve, welcome home.
Thank you.
Right now we got Stevie Smith out of New Oxford, Pennsylvania. Stevie, you're with a brand new team this year. You spent the last 5 seasons with the Al Hamilton Motorsports team. How much time does it take to get things going back on the winning track again?
Well, evidently a little longer than what we planned, I'll tell you that. It's just a new team. I don't know if there's any set time. Some guys go good right off the bat. It's just seems to be taking us a little longer than what we wanted.
Steve, I tell you what, you're a racer. Of course, your dad, Steve Smith, he's a veteran. I'm sure he's been in your corner all along.
Yeah, he's taught me everything I know, and we're really close. I got to call him every day after the races, and we work together, and he's trying to help me get things straightened out. We'll have to see how it ends up here.
Stevie, you're currently 5th in the point standings. It seems to me like this racing this year has been so intense. What's causing everybody to go so fast? It seems like any night there could be a different winner.
Well, I don't know. We haven't been fast enough. I know that. I don't know what's gotten into everybody. They're going good and they're working good. We just got to catch up to them.
Well, Steve, we wish you a lot of luck the rest of this season.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
The front row is Dave Blaney and Steve Kinzer. Of course, Blaney in the 10, Kinzer in the 11 car. The second row is Stevie Smith in the 71M, Jess Wendell in the 7TW. The third row is Andy Hillenberg in car number 2, Randy Kinzer in 14. The fourth row is the 8TW car of Greg Hodnett and Mark Kinzer in the 5M. The fifth row is Aaron Berryhill on the inside, Jared Hall on the outside. The sixth row is Jack Hardeshield in the 22, Craig Keel in the number 8 car. The seventh row is Matt Killis in the 22B and Bobby Davis Jr. in car number 4. And as you can see on the screen, the traditional parade lap, the greatest sprint drivers in the country here at Tri-State Speedway. 4 abreast parade lap. A salute from the drivers to the race fans. A very impressive sight. All the colors of the rainbow down here on this front straightaway. We've had our practice, our qualifying, our heat races, and the B-main. 40 laps of green flag racing about to come your way here at the Tri-State Speedway in Hobstadt, Indiana. Dave Blaney on the pole in the Ford-powered Casey Luna Vibrant sponsored car. Green flag is out. It's race time. And it's Dave Blaney pulling the wheel down. Got a car upside down in turn 22. Right in the middle, and it's Greg Hodnett. Greg Hodnett, the 1993 World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year, gets in trouble right here at the start of this 40-lap feature event, and he brings out the red flag. 40 laps of racing still to come your way. Dave Blaney in the Ford-powered Sprinter and a 14-time World of Outlaw champion. Steve Kinzer on the front row. Out of turn 4, looking again for the green flag. Racing here at the Tri-State Speedway. Dave Blaney in car 10 has the lead, but he is getting pressure from the king, Steve Kinzer. Now Blaney pulls out a pretty good advantage. Dave Blaney is your leader. Steve Kinzer. Out of the 5th position, your leader, Dave Blaney, is down about 10 laps of traffic. About to put the move board upside down. We're about ready to go racing. 32 laps have been completed. Stevie Smith Jr. He is your leader. Green flag is out. Oh, right off the bat, we've got another car. Oh, a tremendous crash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars involved. Jeff Swindell started cartwheeling down going into turn number 3. He was hit hard by several other cars. Joe Gurney's involved. Tim Engler's involved. Randy Kinzer's involved. Well, tonight here at Tri-State Speedway so far has been a survival of the fittest, and looking very strong right now is the driver of the Echo Water System 71M, Stevie Smith. 32 laps are down. 8 laps remaining in this 40-lap affair. Andy Hellenberg riding in second. Green flag is waving once again, and once again we're racing under the green. Stevie Smith again goes down the advantage. Andy Hellenberg's in second, third, and Jack Hardesfield. Steve Kinzer is now riding in fourth spot. 3 laps are down, working lap number 34. Steve Kinzer in the Quaker State number 11 car is currently riding in fourth position. Driving the Motter Brothers Echo Water System 71M car out of New Oxford, Pennsylvania, Stevie Smith.
First time running Peebly, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it sure is.
How'd you do in the heat race?
Had a rough time. We ended up with 6th. What the heck? It's a lot of fun, you know?
Yeah, but that ain't the big deal. What happened in the console?
Oh, I won that baby! I won that baby!
Is that your first late model win?
That's my first late model win.
I'll tell you what, you had that car going around like it was on a string. I mean, you was pulling everything out there with you. And there was some good cars out there now.
Oh, it felt really good for a change, you know? I don't know how to explain it, man. We've been a long time getting here, buddy.
Oh, did you do anything different?
No, not really. I mean, we found one little quirk in the car that just aggravated us all last year, and it's just amazing what one little thing and that silly thing will do for the car, but it's been unreal since we've changed it around.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jerry, I'm proud of you and happy for you. Thanks a bunch.
Well, I appreciate the interview, Steve, and we'll see you all later, man.
You down here at Mount Vernon much?
I raced here twice last year, early in the year. This year we've been going to mainly big races. I haven't had time to make it down here.
Yeah, how you been around? I heard you run pretty good over at Hopstock.
Yeah, we had bad luck there. I was leading the heat by pretty good ways, and the dirt got in the fuel line and stuck the bypass wide open, and I didn't have no fuel pressure. The motor died, and it's just my luck.
Yeah, how you been running this year?
We've been running pretty good. We've made all the shows at the big races we went to, but 2. But as far as everything's going, we've made a lot more money going to big races and running in the top 10 than we do with winning one of these. But I like coming here for the fans and everything.
Yeah, where mainly have you raced this year? Where's some of the big races you've been to?
We went to Batesville to the MLRA race. We was leading it when it got rained out. We went to Joplin, to West Plains, to Eldora races, to Florida races. It's about all the big ones.
I'll tell you what, that's a good thing to do. If a guy can travel, and I guess a guy can run like you do, that's where I'd be too. I sure wish you a lot of luck here at Mount Vernon. And how do you like Mount Vernon, the racetrack?
Well, they really take care of this track. I mean, they're spending a lot of money to make it good for everybody, and they keep making improvements every year. I'd like to race here every week, but we're on a tight schedule, and Saturdays is one of our days. But the guy's doing a great job. I hate it he's got weather like this to make the track rough, because it's danged us.
Well, I sure appreciate it, Larry. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you.
Hope to see you here again.
I sure will.
K&L Raceway had plenty of thrills and spills last Saturday. Number 41, Larry Davis of Granite City, Illinois, took the lead on the first lap of the 25-lap late model feature. While Davis maintained a strong lead, the real battle was for 2nd through 5th places. Jimmy Burwell, Rod Reed, Doug McCammon, and Johnny Pryor swapped places throughout the night. On lap number 21, with only 4 laps remaining, number 88, Corey Oliver, and number 9, Steve Skaggs got together in turn number 1 to bring out the first yellow flag of the evening. And what looked like a 4-lap sprint to the finish turned into a 2-lapper when Johnny Pryor hit the wall in turn number 2. On the last lap, Burwell takes the high side out of turn 4 for a 2-car drag race to the finish, with Larry Davis winning from flag to flag.
I guess you were right.
Doggone it, I'm always right. I was so excited, my heart was jumping right out of my chest. How about you?
Well, I was trying not to get too excited. That would have been a problem. I had to keep calm so I could keep the car nice and straight.
That last lap, did you just know? Did you just know that?
Yeah. Since we were in the lead when we took the white flag, I felt pretty good. I wasn't going to mess up.
Congratulations. Go enjoy that victory. I bet the rest of the night wasn't it worth the trip down here?
Oh yeah, definitely worth the trip. Thanks a lot.
Woo!
Who's joined us in the Budweiser 25 late model car tonight. Kenny, not having a chance to do any qualifying due to the track conditions, how was the pill draw working for you tonight?
I don't even know how many they had in there, so I don't know. We drew 40-something, so it doesn't make any difference. So whether you qualify or draw pills or what, same guys wind up in the front at the end of the night anyway, so either fast enough or you're not.
You haven't had a chance to do any work at all on this track, and of course, kind of going into the end of the heat races, or actually you're qualifying. When are you going to do most of the work to determine how to dial the car in? Is it going to be hot laps, or is it going to be your first heat racing?
I would say probably a heat race. You know, we'll run a couple hot laps. Track will probably still be pretty wet. We'll just have to see what happens in the heat race and just keep adjusting.
Well, Kenny, good luck tonight, and I want to thank you for joining us tonight at the I-55 Raceway.
Well, thank you.
The Budweiser 25 driver Kenny Schrader, and saying that it's probably going to be heat racing before the pit crew members can get that car dialed in. Again, I want to congratulate you on your win, your big ARCA win, and Kenny Schrader's car.
Right, thank you. We had a good run out there in Omaha, Nebraska, and it was on a dirt track, half mile, so we had a little bit of experience on most of the guys, and it just worked out real good for us.
Anything else in the works now to keep driving for Kenny and doing some more work this year?
we're going to finish out the season between him and Jimmy Harton. We're going to finish out and run every ARCA race there is, and hopefully we can get him up in owner points by the end of the year and win this thing yet.
I asked Kenny just a few minutes ago about what it's going to take to get the car dialed into track conditions tonight. After Mother Nature, you're just going to have to wait for heat racing and see what happens.
I believe so. After hot laps, we should be able to adjust the car a little bit more. Of course, everybody knows it's going to be pretty heavy at first, and we just have to set the car up a little bit looser for that condition.
Not able to qualify, it's up to a pill draw. It's just kind of gambler's luck on where you're going to start your heat races. How do you feel about that?
Well, I guess if you're a good gambler, it's all right. My luck wasn't too good tonight. We drew a pretty high number, so we'll be starting close to the rear.
Well, now the Althoff Trucking B-Auto machine works real good for you here at the I-55 Raceway, so really it doesn't make any difference where you're going to start. Well, you know where you usually end up.
Well, we'll try to get there anyway. We got a good crew and some good owners with Charlie and Sandy Barzhoff, and all the guys, they just put a good car together for me to drive.
Well, good luck tonight, Ed Dixon. We wish you all the best of luck in the world.
Also, I got to thank HW Herald Distributing, my other sponsor here, and I believe they're sponsoring this evening.
Absolutely. It's a big Bud night of racing. Kenny Schrader and the Budweiser 25 machine. We've got Budweiser and Bud Light, and we're just having a great time tonight.
That's right. We'll help with our sponsors when the race is over, too.
Absolutely.
Well, Dick, you not only drive the thing, you work on it too, don't you?
Well, unfortunately, I can't afford to pay nobody else to do it, so I got to, you know.
I'll tell you what, you sure look good out there in the heat race. You run second in it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. We started the third row. I tell you, the thing was hooked up great. It's if we could just have as good luck in the feature as we did in the heat race, I think we'll be there. Hope so. The track, if the track don't get too slick.
Yeah, the track come in pretty good for the conditions they had starting with, didn't it?
Well, I tell you what, it was so muddy. It was so muddy when we got here. You wouldn't even thought they could have put a race on. But I tell you what, I think what really helped is they packed the track in from the top down, and so that way as we started racing the track, you didn't end up with a berm up there. So now we've got a good, and now we slowly keep working it to the bottom. I think by the time the feature gets here, we'll probably have a good full racetrack to run on. It's going to be real fast.
Well, I sure wish you a lot of luck tonight. Dick, thanks a bunch.
Okay, Steve, thank you, buddy.
I'm so proud of you. I knew you could do it. I'm so excited. I tell you, I've been waiting for this moment. And Heartland Racer would like to give you a big kiss. Is that okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
All right, this is pretty good. It's like last week I thought we had the feature one. I had a right rear tire went down and finished second. So tonight we come back and do what we needed to do. I'd like to say special thanks to all the Rent One stores around, JB Radiators, Rick's Towing, and also Interstate Batteries and People's National Bank. A special thanks to them. If it wasn't for them, I couldn't do this.
Well, your fans are going crazy. You better go greet them.
Yeah, I guess I need to.
All right, thank you.
I-55 Raceway's 50-lap feature was advertised as an Ed Dixon, Kevin Gundecker shootout. But Randy Court, Bo Smith, and Mark Voigt were not going to just roll over and let them have it. Then John Gill, Kevin Claycomb, Terry English, Shannon Babb, and Dick Phillips stopped by to see if they couldn't adjust the equation even further. Gundecker started in front and was never further back than third. Court looked to be the fast car on the track, but broke about 30 laps in, returning the lead to Gundecker. Gill in second pulled into the pits for a tire change and had to restart at the back. And who was that in that white number 50? Now in second, Dixon had come from 17th spot to challenge Gundecker. The two leaders swapped positions throughout the race, but in the end, Gundecker held on for the win with Dixon alongside him. John Gill had worked his way through the pack after that restart at the back to take the third position.
man, what a battle between you and Ed Dixon.
Oh yeah, we had a heck of a battle again. Him and I always seem to bring out the best in each other. We've had some heck of a battles here. Boy, we come out on top on this one, and man, thank God for a good race, and all you fans for sticking up with us, and really appreciate you being here.
I saw when Randy Cordy cut a tire down or had some mechanical problem, you went on one, you took high and Ed Dixon went low, and he had the advantage of having the shorter track, and it got around you, but you guys swapping back and forth. Now let me ask you about fuel. Were you worried about fuel? It was a long race.
No, we weren't worried about fuel here. You can run 50 laps here, no problem. And finally snuck back around him and held on for the win.
Well, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Gundecker, the Gundecker Realtors, number 11 car.
It was an Arkansas sweep at the Illinois Fall Nationals. Billy Moyer Jr. from Batesville, Arkansas, came in ahead of Bill Fry from Greenbrier, Arkansas. And Billy, this is probably the best run for you on this racetrack.
Yeah, it is. We run second here last year and come up here this year and try to pick our program up a little bit from what we done last year, and we did. The car run real good, so you know we're happy to win here. We've never won here, and it just makes it nice to be able to come here and win.
$11,200 richer. I think we'll see you back in '96 to see if you can make it 2 in a row.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be back. There's something up in the wind there. They may have a spring race here, so you know we'd like to see that, I guess.
Maybe come shake $11,000 out in the spring to get you warmed up. Billy Moyer Jr., winner of the Illinois Fall Nationals at the Springfield State Mile.
With Bill Fry. Bill, looks like it was an Arkansas day today.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was ironic when we started in the 4th row side by side. Here we were an hour and a half from each other at home, and we drove 8 hours, and we start side by side in the same race, and then finish 1 and 2.
I'll tell you what, you and Billy Moyer should put on a show. When all you got left for the rest of the season?
We got a race in Fayetteville, Arkansas next weekend, and then after that we'll go to the Dixie Shootout, and then Pennsboro and Oktoberfest, and a few more big races like that. We might go to Syracuse, we don't know.
You're going to go to another mile. What do you think of this mile here in Illinois?
It's too fast for these cars. The safety factor's not good. Everybody's real nervous about it, but they're fun to race on. It's like you got time to think about it going down the straightaways.
Yeah, I know. First time I got on one, the helmet sort of went just oozing up a little bit because I found out it was going fast. Well, Johnny Pryor took a heck of a lick today, and his car was totaled and tore up pretty good, but he's doing okay. I mean, for as hard as he hit that wall up there.
Well, I'm glad to hear he was okay. I thought he was hurt bad when I seen it happen. And I went over there, and they said he was talking and stuff, so I felt a lot better then.
Yeah, well, I know that's been a concern with a lot of people because of as light as these cars are, but they seem to hold up pretty decent on these tracks.
Well, the door bars in that car held up exceptionally well, so I felt a lot better after I seen it take what it did, and it's still okay.
Well, is there anything you want to tell your fans out here?
I'd like to thank Reinhardt Trucking, and the people from Illinois are great fans.
Mark, how'd you run today?
Oh, we ran all right. We changed tires a couple times, and we lost an inch stagger, and the car just got a little loose in the middle of the corner, and I just got a little behind and couldn't get it back. You know, we started 6th, finished 6th, so I guess I can't complain.
Well, that's not bad on this mile. How did the track come to you? I mean, how did the track work? It was track in good shape and pretty decent track.
The track wasn't as good as I've seen it before. It got a little crummy in 3 and 4, and track kind of chunk out a little bit, and if you got in them ripples, it kind of wanted to slide you up through the dust, and I had a lot of trouble getting out of turn 4, and I was losing a lot of time getting out of turn 4. So
well, I've watched you up Peebly and out here and then over at DuQuoin, and you've been playing double duty. I know at Peebly you run a modified and a late model. One night I watched you win everything you drove in, and then you drove the modified at DuQuoin. How'd you do with that at DuQuoin on the mile?
Oh, we ran real good at DuQuoin. We started back about 7th, 8th row, and we run 4th, and and I was pretty happy with that because the race got cut short. We only made 13 laps, so I was pretty happy we got that far.
Yeah, well, you also won championship at 3 tracks too. What tracks were they?
Godfrey, Peevely, and St. Charles, and then we won the triple track, which was the overall for winning all 3. So.
And where are you now in UMP points?
We're currently second. We're hanging in there. We're about 130 back, which we've been there for a long time, and we're just kind of hanging there.
Well, it sounds like it's been a pretty good year.
So, yeah, I can't complain, really. I'd like to win a national championship, but it ain't over yet, so I guess we'll just keep hanging in there and see what happens at the end.
Okay, thanks much, Mark. We should go have luck. Thanks.
Trip after an unfortunate accident right before turn 3. Can you tell me what happened out there, Perry?
Well, we were had the WW transport car in up to 12th place, and things were running real well for us. We were right where we wanted to be, and coming off turn 2 over there, I don't know if I cut a tire down or somebody tapped me, but the car come around, and then I was able to save it and get it back, keep from hitting the guardrail, but then it stalled on me, and then another car came in and hit and spun out, and then David Frog Hall hit him, went over the top of him, and then went end over end, landed on my hood of my car. It was a spectacular wreck from my viewpoint.
It's a little bit scary.
I don't know, it happened so fast, but I'm really hated for our WW team, and guys have worked real hard this week getting me a nice car, and
it looks like there was a lot of damage done. How hard is it going to be to fix it?
Well, we're going to have to cut some sheet metal away and change the oil cooler, and we'll just have to see once we get the sheet metal away. We hope we can get it back in the race.
And Jim, can you tell us what happened?
It was just a racing accident. Perry Tripp got up into the wall, and we were racing for position, and I started to go underneath him. He come off the wall, and we got together, and it kind of turned me head on into the inside guardrail.
Well, I know that it certainly didn't look good from our point of view. How much work is this going to take to get it back together?
Probably have to start all over. It looks to me like I think probably a big checkbook would be the best thing right now.
Hill slowly climbs out, and he climbs up on the car. There he is, folks. Your winner, Bob Hill. Here you go, Bob. Let's go around front, Bobby.
Down in Victory Lane right now with Bob Hill, the celebration continuing here with Larry Clement and the entire crew. What do you think of ARCA's green-white checker rule? You got to practice it a couple times.
Well, in this situation, I didn't really care for it. If I would have been second or third, I'd have thought it was great. It's just depends on where you're sat. And I mean, that would have looked nasty if the first three cars would have ran out of fuel or something, but I guess it makes for excitement, and if it makes the show better, I guess. I mean, I didn't care for it leading, though.
6 or 7 different leaders today. You found yourself up front 3 or 4 different times. You had a lot of opposition from the 39 car and from Frank Kimmel. Tell me about the race and how it played out for you.
Well, our car was a little bit tight at the first part of the race, and those guys got around me in lap traffic, and I wasn't real concerned. Geez, that's big. Because I just knew it was a long race, and we adjusted on it on both pit stops. We pitted for fuel a little bit too early, figured out we couldn't make it, and you know, had to come back in, caught that yellow just at the right time. We were just going to pit the next lap, and the yellow come out, and adjusted on it again, and the car was pretty good. And, you know, we just held them off. We're at the right place at the right time.
Your background comes from dirt racing out in Iowa, but now that you've been in this ARCA Bonda Marhide series a couple of years, you've got the experience. You've done well on the super speedways, but this seems to be your forte. Compare this type of dirt racing and what you had in your past.
Well, I don't know. We just seem to run good on these dirt miles. I don't know what it is. I guess it's good. I sure would like to win a race on asphalt. I mean, that's our goal. We've run up front on the speedways, you know, we've been close. We've run second on the short track, but we haven't done that yet, and that's definitely our goal. You know, this is great, and but when we come here, we expect to run like this, so, you know, but we want to get our asphalt program better.
We certainly had the program together good here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this crew. The celebration continues down here in Victory Lane. The winner, once again, Bob Hill.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, right now we got a guy that fought the battle, but I guess he kind of lost the war here this afternoon at DuQuoin. By 1 position, you missed it. You finishing second, but it was a daggum good race.
Well, I was a little mad at myself. We put ourselves, we got a lap down early, and we got that back, and we put ourselves in a position to win, and then I didn't win. You know, I was leading, and I lost it, so, hey, Bob drove a great race, and, you know, he won.
Yeah, he won it, that's for sure. Hey, you know, stranger these 1 mile dirt ovals. How do you attack this racetrack? Let's compare this racetrack to Atlanta, okay? It's a big 1.5 miles, and this here's a mile dirt. Do you attack it a little bit different than what you would on an asphalt track?
Well, yeah, you have to. You have to tread very softly here because you got a fine line you got to be on. That's why I lost the lead. I got out of that line. You know, in Atlanta or a big blacktop, you know, you can usually run all over and get away with it. But that's not true in a place like this. You've got a fine line you got to tread, and you don't get too far off of it or you get in trouble.
Marvin, you talk about, a lot of drivers talk about a rhythm. You know, a lot of people don't know really what we're talking about on rhythm here. Could you tell us a little bit? You know, you hear a driver say, well, I got out of my rhythm, or I was in a good rhythm today. Can you explain it to us?
Well, that's what happened when I got past. I overshot the quarter. I went too far. That was out of rhythm.
Well, you took some time off of the ARCA series. You're coming back once again for your old car owner, Riverside Auto Parts, man. It's good to have you back. What made you change your mind to come back and compete?
Well, I was gone 5 years, and Jim just called me, and he'd been setting a couple years and doing nothing, and he said, let's go back and run some short track races. I said, that's all. No speedway races. And so that's what we did. I put a team together with my brothers. I got 2 brothers involved, and it's more or less a family type deal. Riverside pays all the bills, and we do all the work. So, but it's a good arrangement.
Well, you look good out there today. You still look fresh. You don't take this personally, but you're probably the senior citizen out there today. But Bob Hill sat in his car for quite some time. It looked like you go another 200 miles.
Oh, the car drives nice. I kind of work at that, you know, and the car drives nice. And if you just get enough air in there to keep you halfway cool, you're all right.
Marvin, you won this ARCA championship twice. That's got to be a great feeling.
Well, it is. We won it a couple times. We were runner-up a couple times, and before we actually stepped away from it. And yeah, it'd be nice to win again, but you got to participate in all the speedway races, and we're just not going to do that at my age.
Once again, fantastic drive, Marvin. Second place here at DuQuoin this year.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Well, that wraps it up for the 95 season with Heartland Racer. We want to thank everybody out there for all the support that they give us and the racetracks that we've been to and everybody. So I tell you what, just look for us at the racetrack in '96. We'll bring you another exciting year.